Hello and welcome to a new little Herpa Wings news video here on the channel. Now, had I made this video just a few days ago, I would probably have started by saying Herpa is for the very first time in many years well on track on releasing all models they have announced for a specific batch. After all, for the 03-04 batch, where Herpa has announced about 17 items in scale 500, they have so far released about 7 of them. And with still much of April ahead of us, or all of April ahead of us, there's a good chance that Herpa could actually manage to do so. But is it a good thing that Herpa now releases models on time? Well, at least with one of the models they have released, that is just not the case. With this brand new Herpa Wings model, we are unfortunately in the same category as with the German Air Force A350 with the yellow tinted wings, the Cargolux retro livery which had the wrong mold, or the A350 One World Qatar Airways with the completely misplaced print. So a model that just should never ever have been released like that. Yes, of course the model does suffer from the usual Herpa weakness of top mounted wings just not being mounted, but on first glimpse it actually looks pretty decent. So why are we putting this aircraft model in the same category as the Cargolux retro livery? Now, this is very clearly a Lockheed C5M, also known as Super Galaxy. This is specified multiple times on the box and also on the aircraft, as the Super Galaxy has a specific logo indicating that it is a Super Galaxy, and it is also written on the vertical stabilizer. So everything should be just fine, except of course for one thing, because what makes a C5M and not an A or B? Yes, you guessed it, the engines. You see, what they have done with this aircraft model is to add the wrong engines to the aircraft model. As I say, this is very clearly meant to be a Super Galaxy, a C5M, but they have added the engines of a C5A or B. What makes it even more confusing is that Herpa has in the past made models of the C5M, and obviously with the correct engines. So it's not a case that Herpa just doesn't have the correct parts to create this aircraft model. What they have done here is to take all the markings of a Super Galaxy, but add the engines of a C5A or B. So basically they have created an entirely new aircraft. But why? I mean, again, Herpa has done this aircraft type in the past with the correct engines. So why now add the wrong engines? This is clearly a mistake that wasn't caught in the production, and also very clearly wasn't caught by Herpa Wings before they sent the model out to retailers, and even worse, to customers. But it is a mistake, and a mistake that needs to be fixed. So what can they do? Well, I mean, they could start by recalling the model, which would be the right thing to do, because this is very clearly not what they had announced. If we look at the graphics that Herpa had sent out to announce this aircraft model, it very clearly shows the correct engines. So there is just no excuse here. Herpa has made a mistake, they should recall the model and offer an exchange for their customers who've bought the model, and obviously free of charge. As a last note on the topic, a massive thanks to Rödermark Airport, who you might also know as Tim Fly, who has not just made me aware of this issue with the aircraft model, but also has shared these amazing images we've seen in the video so far. He has also recently started a brand new YouTube channel where he does some amazing spotting, and I will leave a link to that in the video description below, so do check him out there as well. The next topic we have is about another Herpa Wings model in scale 500. It is specifically the Antonov 225 with the Buran Orbiter, a model that Herpa currently has in production, or had. Because apparently parts of this aircraft model, which parts exactly is not known, but parts of this model were apparently produced in the Ukraine. And obviously, given the situation at the moment, these parts just can't be produced or be delivered. And this means there are some issues here with deliveries of this aircraft model. My recommendation here is that if you see the model and it is something that you really want to have, if you find it at a retailer or at an online store, then buy it now, because it will probably be very difficult to restock. This is obviously something that is completely out of control for Herpa wings, and well, we really can't blame them for that, because obviously they have no doing in this whatsoever. So again, as I say, if you are interested in this aircraft model, my recommendation would be to buy it as fast as possible. The product in question is the article number 518895, which is the Antonov 225 with the original livery that was introduced with the aircraft itself when it was still in use in the Soviet Union as the platform for the Buran orbiter. And then the last thing, obviously you might be able to hear it, that my voice is still a little bit, well, wonky. I have been quite ill lately, but I am on the path to recovery. This has affected my series Herpa We Need to Talk, but I feel confident that I should be able to make the necessary recordings this week so we can restart the series by this Friday. So that's all for now, all Herpa news that we have at the moment. Do stay tuned, of course, here on the channel, because as soon as there's something new to talk about, we will of course have it here on the channel. Don't forget to leave a like if you like this kind of content, and of course hit subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future videos. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.